And at that time in June, 50 days after the resurrection and 10 days after the Ascension, crowds gathered in Jerusalem for the Jewish harvest festival of Shavuot. They came to present the first fruits of their harvest to God, as was their custom. It was party time for the thousands who had travelled far. But in a small upper room or cenacle on the crest of Mount Zion, outside the walls of the old city, the 12 disciples, with Matthias replacing Judas, gathered with some followers as they had done for the Last Supper 7 weeks before. Since Jesus died, they had devoted themselves to constant prayer, but without their Lord now awaiting direction, they were fearful and unsure. When the day of Pentecost had come, they were all together in one place.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
And suddenly from heaven there came a sound like the rush of a violent wind. And it filled the entire house where they were sitting. Divided tongues as of fire appeared among them, and a tongue rested on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak in other languages as the Spirit gave them ability.
Agitietis virtutem supervenienti spiritus sancti in vos, et eretis mihi testes in Jerusalem, et usque ad ultimum terrae.
Joitu an chocht nor a hagan an spirit ne vert, agus beg tu mar inhe gum.
You shall receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses. Now there were devout Jews from every nation under heaven living in Jerusalem. And at this sound the crowd gathered and was bewildered, because each one of them heard them speaking in the native language of each. Amazed and astonished, they asked,
"And are not all these who are speaking Galileans?
And how is it that we hear, each of us, in our own native language?"
Parthians, Medes, Elamites, and residents of Mesopotamia, Judea and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt and the parts of Libya belonging to Cyrene, and visitors from Rome, both Jews and proselytes, Cretans and Arabs. In our own languages we hear them speaking about God's deeds of power. All were amazed and perplexed, saying to one another, "What does this mean?" But others sneered and said,
"Look at them over there, you think there's too much wine on them, that's the thing, absolutely."
But Peter, standing with the 11, raised his voice and addressed them.
Fellow Jews, people of Jerusalem, I really need you to listen to me for a few moments, because I think I can grasp what's going on around here. We think it's all chaos, that people are drunk all around us. But they're not, after all. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. What we're seeing is the great day of the Lord, something that was prophesied years ago by the prophet Joel. Indeed, these are his words. "In the last days it will be," God declares, "that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy." And the prophet says, "I will show portents in the heaven above and signs on the earth beneath, blood and fire and smoky mist." We've seen all that. The sun turned to darkness and the moon to blood. But that is the great day of the Lord that people have been waiting for. And on that day, we and all who call upon the name of the Lord beyond us will be saved.